Diamond ring.
At you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bro, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the Swac, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Scotty back with another one, man. Happy Monday! Listen, I apologize, okay, for my excessive CPT time. I had plans to come on at 2:30 because I got my son got football practice and stuff like that, so I got to get in, get out. You know what I'm saying? So, but the slides just kept longer and longer and longer, and then I'm here at 3 o'clock or 3:15 or whatever, right? So. But you should already know, and that's bad. It's bad. It sounds bad, but y'all should kind of know. Like if Scotty say 3, you gotta mean like 3:15-ish. And I'm trying to get better. I really am. But I was trying to give you guys a midday show, get you something through your work day. You know what I'm saying? Just a little something to get you through. Look at the clock, and it's 5 o'clock, and you take your ass home. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm here for. Okay, but you know what it is. Listen. It's me, okay? It's me. Now I got some announcements. I got some stuff to talk about before I get into today's show. But you already know what we're coming. Brought to you by Elite 15 Coffee. Elite 15 Coffee. Once again, if you want to start your day in an elite way, you gotta get yourself some Elite 15 Coffee. All right, we got everything you need and some plus more. All right, Black-owned, veteran-owned business. Make sure y'all butts get out here and support. Now, since we talking about support. My daughter, my mini-me, okay, I like this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures. All right. She has a kid's donation now. Listen, we at a white school. Okay, she's at a white, and when I mean white, I mean the whitest of white, right? They not doing no double good popcorn. They not doing no cookies. They like, hey, we need cash. Right? We need cash. We need that manyan. Okay? They need that manyan. So, in the link in the description below, let me be very clear. In the description below, you will go to this website, right? And you will scroll on down and you'll make whatever donation you like. Listen, $10, $20, $5, it does not matter. But you have to put her name right here, all right? In support of. Other, and then you type in Eris Scott, okay? That is how that works. All right, you gotta type in other, and you gotta put in her name, Eris Scott. So listen, I got 200 people on here. If I get 100 people to give my baby girl $20, we changing the game. Okay? We changing the game. She at the top of the top. And now I get about a good 30,000 views a week. Right? Easy. Come on now. Your HBCU needs your help, okay? We believe in winners out here. We believe in winners out, okay? We trying to win. We ain't trying. The top 10, okay, the top 10 people get to go to this ninja thing that she got going on at school, whatever. All right. Make sure you go to other, type her name in. It's in the description below. All right. $10, $15, $20. All right. If y'all want to give more, you'll be more than welcome. But if I got 215, if I get 200 people to give $20 to my baby girl, we win it. Thank you, Mr. DeQuincy. I appreciate that. Oh, go dogs. All right, you keep the go dogs. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So make sure y'all do that for her. Man, we'll really, really very much appreciate it. All right. Now, also, I got another kid. I got a lot of kids. All right, I got a lot of kids. Now, my son, Mijo, right? So a little quick story family time. So my son and my daughter have been in trouble for a long time, right? Me and Key are very strict parents. We believe in what we believe, right? So quick story time. So I had signed him up for the Boys and Girls Club to play flag football because he's not ready for tackle yet. So, but he wants to play flag football. So we signed him up, paid the money, whatever, and went to the meetings and all that type of stuff. And he wasn't on the team. They didn't have his name, didn't have a team or whatever, right? So we like, all right, whatever, bet. He in trouble anyway. He ain't playing. He in trouble, right? So we ain't think nothing of it. So Saturday, the coach texts Key and like, hey, I got, we're putting this team together and we got your son's name. We got football and we play on Sunday and we're going to practice an hour before the game. Can he make it? And unbeknownst to the coach, he's still in trouble, right? But he had did a really, really good week of school. So me and Key talked about it, and she was like, all right, let's let him play. I was like, okay, cool, let's let him play. So we get there, right? Listen, I'm telling you straight up. We get there. And when I tell you this team looked like the Bad News Bears, I'm telling you, me and Key, so the kids start, so I called the coach, I'm like, hey man, what y'all, because we never met this guy. Like literally, we've never met the coach before. We've never met this is our first time meeting the coach. And he's like, oh, the kid's gonna have silver uniforms and jerseys. Now, mind you, every other kid. Now, mind you, we in Ohio, right? All the other white teams, they got fancy jerseys. They got like the Massillon. If you know anything about Ohio Massillon, it's really big. Football is really big in Massillon, right? So they got Massillon Tiger jerseys. They got names on the back. They got numbers. They got all that. You know what this team got? Boys and Girls Club. No name, no numbers. No name, no. I'm talking about like 5-year-old jerseys. They ain't got nothing. All the other kids, number 25, that's my kid, number 8. That's my kid, number 13. Like, that's my kid that's light-skinned with the dreads, but like, yeah, that's what we dealing with. Okay, that's what we dealing with. So that was our team. So me and Key, so the team starts walking together and the coach is bringing the team, and me and Key, you know how black people, when you look at another black person, you be like, we just, our eyebrows raised like, oh, this is going to be a tough one, right? It's going to be a tough one. So me and Key just looking at each other like, oh God, this is about to be rough, right? So I know what my son can do. Me and my son practice all the time. I know what he can do, right? So the team gets over there, they start practicing, and I'm like, if that's the quarterback, oh, Jesus Christ, we're in trouble. If that, the kid out there throwing the ball like, this is how the kid throwing the ball. The first quarterback, right? He out there throwing the ball like this. I said, oh, hell no. I'm talking about that Jake dying. Now, mind you, my son's 9, so this 9U, right? He got the ball like this, and the kid I'm talking about going straight to the ground. I said, oh, hell, God damn, man. I said, we about to get ran out the gym. We about to get ran on. I said, my son going to have to play quarterback. And he can play quarterback, but he hates playing quarterback, right? He hates it. He likes to be wide receiver. He hates playing quarterback. So I'm over there like, I'm trying to be a parent, right? I'm not trying to be Scotty. I'm not trying to be Offscript. I'm just trying to be a parent. I'm just trying to support my son and be there, right? So I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, shit, man. This is about to be a long day. So then all of a sudden this kid comes and he got these red sweats, little white boy. He like, hey, right here. He like, hey, he playing quarterback. He double pumping it. I said, oh, okay, we got something right here. So I text Key. I said, hey, listen, The game plan about to be just throw it the shot. Like that's what the game, because no other kid can really catch but my son, right? So I'm like, I text Key, I say, hey, babe, the game plan about to be that kid right there and shot. Hey, just throw it the shot. That's really what's about to be the game plan today. Just throw it the shot, right? So we get out there. The first play, they throw my son a go route. He drop it. I'm talking about he wide open, he cruising. It go right through his hands. His head drop. And as a dad, I'm mad because we work on that every day. Like we practice every day. Like my son's hands are legit because I was a wide receiver. I know how to teach wide receivers, right? But I can't be Scotty. I got to be a dad. I said, hey, man, pick your head up. It happens. Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, from that point forward, he didn't drop another pass. You talking about a proud dad? And then, he went smooth off. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. My man was balling. And you know your son balling when other parents are like, who's the kid with the lime green gloves? who's that kid? Who's that kid with the lime green glove? Oh, that kid's good. All the white people. Oh my God, that kid's good. Whose parents are those? Whose kids is that? Oh my God. Like they were didn't drop another pass all game. I'm talking about, and them jokes were hard. Let me just show you a little footage from the field. Ooh, turn up. We out, baby. 88 out the gate. We out the gate. That's him. All right, let's run it. I need that. I need all those. Look at that on 2 people. Give me that. Give me that. I need that. I need that.
Ready, set, go.
Cross it. Yep.
Oh, give me. Oh, come back. Yeah. Listen, you talking about geeked. Now, let me tell you the full story, right? So they called the play, he dropped it. 2 plays later, they called the same play again. He catches it. He's running. He gonna do the Tyreek. He gonna do the Tyreek 2 fingers to the kids. You talking about mad? You talking about mad? Now this when a dad come out. I said, so all the parents, they like clapping and laughing and stuff like that. I said, hey man, you doing too much. You're doing too much. Okay. He want to hit the Tyreek Hill 2 fingers on the kids. You're doing too much. All right. No, we're not doing that. And then the dad came. I said, you dropped the first one. The first one was a touchdown too. You dropped the first one. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, okay, dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, we're not doing that. But he hit the gritty and all that type of stuff. He had all that. He had his fun with his friends and all that. You know what I'm saying? But so that he wanted me to tell y'all what happened. He wanted me to tell y'all what happened. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, Dad, you got to tell him. You got to tell the channel what happened, man. I was out there balling, man. So yeah, he did that. Now, a couple coaches came up to me and was like, hey, does he play tackle football? Like, they was like, hey, we would love to get him on the team. Now, listen, I played tackle at 8. I've been playing tackle football since I was 8. I ain't never had flag football in my life. I know the mentality that takes in playing tackle football, and my son doesn't have it right now. And for me, because a lot of people are like, Scotty, you putting your kid in tackle? I will. But this is my thing. I need for him to know how good he is without the pads, right? Because realistically, the only thing you're adding to the game is the mentality of toughness, right? Of just taking the hit, getting hit, not getting scared to get hit. But if you know you're good and you know you can catch the ball, I just need my son to know that I can catch the ball no matter what. That's how good my hands are. Once he gets to that level, then I will move him into tackle football, because then he's not worried about catching the ball. He's worried about getting hit. And we can work on the physicality of getting hit, you know what I'm saying? Like running into mats and stuff like that. So that's just my philosophy in him not going to tackle football, because he's not ready for that yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thing. You got to be ready for that, because it can really, I'm telling you, my mom, the first time I got hit, I cried. I ain't even gonna hold you. I got hit by a big old kid. I stung my shoulder. I cried, you know what I'm saying? And my mom wasn't going for none of it. She stuck my butt right back in there, and I never left the game of football. He's going to have to go through that for him. But for me, I never had that confidence of my abilities of what I could do, right? Like of what I could do. And my son needs to know his abilities of what he's capable of doing before getting in tackle football. He needs to know what he's good at. He needs to know where he needs to work at and get better at. So that's why I'm just keeping him in flag, and then we're going for it. But that's my little family story time. You know what I'm saying? That's my little story family time and stuff like that. He is a little soft, though. I ain't going to hold you. He is a little soft. But, yeah. Hey, listen. When this dude put his hands up, the coach, look at the coach right here. Look at the coach. When he caught this ball, he put his hand, he's like, God, dog, man. Listen, I'm telling you, they was going crazy. He was going crazy. Shout out to my guy, Derek McGee. He hit me up. He's a Facebook friend of mine. And he was like, he texted Coach O. I was like, man, we not doing that. That's what we not going there. I'm gonna have to pull one of them dad moves. We not going there. Fam, hey, listen, if baby Gronk can get early commits, fam, come on, coach. Come on, Coach Cozy. Give my son an early commit. Give my son an early scholarship. Give my son an early commit. We'll commit right here on the spot. we fam you, baby. We'll commit right here on the spot. Come on, Coach Cozy. Hit me up. He's not, no. It's basketball. No, basketball's not his thing. It's under the same county, the cousins. Listen, I get it. And he plays, don't get me wrong, he plays tackle football with his cousins, right? Y'all got to understand, y'all got to understand. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. We'll get to that after the show. All right, let's get into the show. I want to start off by giving you guys my top 5 wide receivers and quarterbacks. I have been wanting to do this. Perry's been getting on my ass, no diddy, he's like, man, Scotty, you haven't done your top QBs, man, since you first started, man. What happened to that? So I'm going to try to get back into it. All right, I'm going to get back into it. All right, so it is what it is. Now, first up, let's get to these top 5 wideouts. These are my top 5 wideouts. Now, mind you, these aren't yours. These are mine. I'm going to say it again. These aren't yours. These are mine. Okay? My top 5 wideouts in the Swac right here, right now. All right? These mine. And first and foremost, listen, if your last name is Savage, you ain't got no choice but to be number 1. Okay? I said it from the beginning of the season. I won't even go there. I'll go to number 5. Trent Leary from Texas Southern. Trent Leary from Texas Southern is probably one of the low-key, and I don't even think I hope I got the right picture, but it's hard to find some of these guys' picture, man. The schools need to do a better job of putting these guys' pictures up on the post or whatever, right? But I want to be very clear. He's very sneaky good, right? Like he probably won't have the high production, but he's a very sneaky athlete. Really, really good, really solid in his route running. I believe he's a sophomore. The kid is really, really good. I'm being very honest with you. Trent Leary he's like that, right? Now, Chandler Whitfield at Southern. Let me be very clear. This is a bit of both from his last year tape and a little bit of his this year tape, right? Chandler Whitfield is the type of dude that can take a 5-yard hitch, a 10-yard in, and he can take it to the crib. I just wish Southern would do a better job. Mark Fredericks, first of all, is an ass as a play caller. He's ass. I can tell you that right now. He's absolutely ass. But Southern has to do a better job with getting Whitfield the ball in space. He's that type of guy. He's that good at what he does. So Chandler Whitfield is my number 4 wide receiver. Number 3, Jamari Gasson. Listen, the kid, to be, he about 5'10", 5'11", super explosive, right? He finds his way open. He can do it on all 3 levels. He can take you over the top. He can do a bubble screen. He can do a slant end. He can do it all. Got to give kudos to Jamari Gasson as one of the top receivers in the Swac. Listen, Javon freaking Robinson. As a freshman, this kid was electric. Recruited by Hugh Jackson. Want to be very clear about that. This kid was cold last year. The only reason that he wasn't the guy is because they had Antonio, who is now at Temple, who was doing his thing. But this kid, if you have not seen Javon Robinson play, he been like that since he was a freshman. And I never understood why they didn't give this kid more chances. And I'm going to say this again. Grambling did a disservice by not feeding him the ball at ULL, right? He was killing these ninjas on drag routes and all type of stuff, right? So Javon Robinson is an absolute dog. Now, he did explode against Tuskegee, but I'm telling you, he was doing the same thing against ULL. He's that type of talent, and he's that good. And let me be very clear. There's another kid on Grambling that is on my fringe. He's number 88. The kid, big body receiver, great body control, can make great hands catches. Number 88, Miles seems to favor him a lot too as well. So shout out. Listen, first of all, if you're wearing 88, okay, the playmaker. That's my favorite receiver of all time. Okay, the playmaker. If you're wearing 88, the playmaker number, you better be a playmaker. We just gonna leave that as it is. If you're wearing 88, Michael Irvin. Ain't no Dez, ain't no CeeDee Lamb. It's Michael Irving. Okay? Playmaker. Nick Howard, that kid's nice. That kid is nice. Shout out to him, right? Shout out to him. Now, back to this number 1 guy. Shamar freaking Savage. Again, if your last name is Savage, you gotta be what your name says you are. And that's what this kid is. I didn't understand how he did not get a first team or second team all SWAC selection. All PV fans who've watched my show know I have rooted and cheered for this kid. This kid is special. Okay. He is special. And now that PV finally has a quarterback that can get him the ball, he should be able to do major work in this, because Lucas Cooley wasn't it. Okay, Lucas Cooley wasn't it. So I'm excited to see more of Samar Savage and seeing what he's able to do and accomplish at the wide receiver position. All right. Now, my top 5 quarterbacks going at number 5, right? Starting at number 5. Let me say this. I want to be very clear. Let me blow myself up. No diddy. Jacobian Morgan is a better thrower of the ball than Cameron McCoy. I want to be very clear about that. But Cameron McCoy is a better fit for what TC likes to do. I'm going to say that again. So I want to be very clear. Jacobian Morgan, you put Jacobian Morgan with a KJ Black. You put Jacobian Morgan with a Willie Simmons. You put a Jacobian Morgan with... They'll find ways, because he can toss it. He can really spin it. But Cameron McCoy and the system that TC Taylor wants to run, that RPO style, the kid can fly. The kid can flat out fly. If he keep that RPO in the middle of the field at the 50, he can go to the house. I want to be very clear about that. If he pulls an RPO at the 50 or his own 40, he can take that shit to the crib. He's that type of special, but his ability to throw the ball is lacking to the level of a Jacobian Morgan. So something's got to give to get, but Cameron McCoy is special. So that boy's special. Now, Zay T-Set, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Listen, This and when and Rube you in the chat? I thought I saw Rube in the chat. Yeah, Rube can tell you. No lie, you know I everything I say is on wax, but sometimes I'll be texting people offline. I told Rube when this kid he sent me the film. I said he has Swac Player of the Year written all over him. He is that type of talent. The only thing that to say, like, let me be very clear. The only thing with Zay is his accuracy down the field is a little shaky. Now, the difference between his deep ball and a Daniel Richardson deep ball is his deep ball does not die. Zay's, if you watch how Zay's ball, the ball flies out of Zay's hand. It's a spiral. It's tight. It's just he's a hit or miss with the accuracy, right? But anything 20 and down, he's good. He's nimble enough to get free. He's nimble enough to figure out, where to go with the ball and how to throw that thing. And the kid has Swac Player of the Year written all over him. If he can first of all, if you get an offensive coordinator who know what the hell they doing, that's number one. Mark Fredericks is not that guy. Mark Fredericks, I'm going to say it again. Mark Fredericks is not that guy. Just being very clear. And I see why PV fans felt the way that they felt with him. Watching him call plays against McNeese, it was just absolutely mind-boggling. It was absolutely. I don't give two shits about Savannah State. Watching him call plays against McNeese was absolutely atrocious. And I see exactly why PV fans was like, good riddance, because that was ass, right? So you guys need a new offensive coordinator. And that's just plain and simple, right? Number two, listen. Miles Crawley. And you guys know I've been high on Miles Crawley for about 3 years now. This is my only issue with Miles. I need him to break through that ceiling, right? Like, he's the type of guy that the world is at his fingertips at the quarterback position. He got to take it to another level. And what I mean by take it to another level is he has to make the plays that only a Miles Crawley can make. It's like when you see Daniel Richardson for Fam, you need that from Miles. You need that type of from Miles. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I did skip KJ Cooper. Okay, my bad. Thank you. My bad. My fault. KJ Cooper, Texas Southern. I like this kid, right? And the reason I like this kid is not because of he doesn't do anything elite, right? But he's safe. He does. It's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of great offensive play calling to keep him within himself, but when he needs to make the play, he makes the play, right? It's not where a situation to where he's forcing something. If it's not there, he's going to run. If it is there, he's going to throw it. He has good accuracy. His deep ball is really well. He's a very solid guy. Like if you were grading him out, on NCAA or something like that, it would be like a 81, right? Like he's not super elite, but he's not bad. He's not ass, right? Like, so that's where you find KJ Cooper at. He's like a perfect blend of safe and reliable. If I was comparing him to a car, I always go with like a Subaru. If you're safe and reliable, I'm gonna go with a Subaru or a Honda Accord, right? It's going to get you from A to B. No worries, no touch-ups, nothing. Just take it out the package, roll it out in the field, and he's going to get the job done, right? You got to give the factor to him for just being safe and reliable and making all the throws. And let me explain to you why, right? You guys are like, oh, Scotty, but how do you get to number 3? How's he in front of Zay and how's he in front of McCoy? Well, Zay hasn't shown me enough to get him over KJ Cooper, right? He had a great game against Savannah State. But KJ Cooper did it against a rival that he hadn't beat in 9 years and came into that game on the road and won that, right? Now, Zay has every opportunity this week. Zay has every opportunity this week, and so does Cameron. They both have every opportunity to leapfrog KJ Cooper by the way they play this week. Zay is on the road in a hostile environment. They haven't beaten Jackson in about, 3 or 4 attempts. You get what I'm saying? Like, they have every opportunity to leap. And the reason is, this is why I say KJ Cooper is like a 75 or 80, right? Well, Zay and Cameron, they might have, like, Cameron's speed might be 85 to 90, but his throw power and throw accuracy might be in the 60s and 70s, right? So it's like, it's just even across the board. Zay, it'll be his deep accuracy is not very good. It just is not, right? But KJ Cooper's is, right? So he'll hit those deep passes when they need to be. He'll put them on the money, right? Because those are the plays. When the play is there to be made, I need you to make the play, and KJ Cooper has a great ability to do that, right? So, but thank you guys for reminding me about number 3. Number 2, Miles Crawley. And like I was saying about Miles is, I just need Miles to break through. What you see from Daniel Richardson when a play needs to be made or a throw needs to be made, and I gotta have it. Daniel Richardson is that for FAMU. Can Miles be that for Grambling? That is my thing. That is my thing. If Miles had a rating, I would probably put Miles at like 85, and I will put Daniel at like 89, right? The reason I can't go to like the 90s is because his deep ball is really bad. Like, it's really bad. And Miles throws a really, really good deep ball. It's like his accuracy is there, but sometimes he just overthrows it because he throws it so he has a lot of arm strength, so he overthrows it, right? So, but with Miles, it's the little things that take you over the top with Miles, right? It's processing, it's O-line protection, it's understanding where to go with the ball based off of coverage. It's throwing it to allow your receiver to go catch it and not lead him all the time, right? Like, little things like that is what Miles gets himself in trouble, because he'll either force something because he has a strong arm, he thinks he can make the throw. Sometimes he doesn't take what the defense just gives him and just say, hey, let me go give my guy a chance to go make a play for me, right? It's little things that Miles does that gets him caught up. And usually when he goes against better competition, that's when you see the picks come out, right? Like, you'll see the interceptions come very heavily. I don't say heavily, but they come out from the woods when he goes against better competition, and you see him get rattled instead of, he'll throw a bad play instead of just taking a sack, right? Look, like, just little things like that. So I need Miles to break through that ceiling, because he has all the tangibles. He has all the if you're building a prototype quarterback, it's Miles Crawley, and it's not even close, right? The arm strength, the arm talent, the height, the length, like, everything, you're building it off of Miles. He has to make better decisions with the ball, and his processing has to speed up of just how he's seeing the field, right? That's what you're needing from Miles Crawley to take that next leap to be number 1. And listen, there's no other guy that could be number 1 other than Daniel Richardson of what he is doing for FAMU. He is literally putting FAMU on his back and leading them to victories. And the only reason he couldn't get in the 90s is his deep balls are atrocious. Like, I'm talking about quack, quack, duck, duck, goose, right? So, but anything 25 and down, 20 and down, shoo, the boy is lethal. And you guys can say whatever you want. I haven't been wrong on that by any stretch of the imagination. The kid is straight lethal 20 and down. Has not thrown a pick, has gone over 200 yards, 250 yards in each game passing, right? Has thrown multiple touchdown passes. The kid's lethal, right? It is without, and let's be very clear, FAMU's running game is non-existent. It has not really been good as it has been in previous years under, during a FAMU time when they got into the Swac, where they had Bishop Bonnet the first year, and then they had Terrell Jennings and Yance the second year. The running game has not been anywhere near to potent. So, man, listen, it's absolutely amazing what he's been capable of doing at FAMU with the limited talent that they've had in previous years. I'm telling you right now, you give Musa this team, they're 0-2. if you give Musa, well, I see. I only can go by the film. You can't tell me, oh, Scotty, his D ball is really good. I only can go by what he showed me on film, and what he showed me on film is that he missed it. If you prove yourself worthy by putting it on film, I cannot go by anything else. The camera don't lie. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Camera don't lie, right? So it is what it is. But you give Musa this team, they're 0-2, and it's not even close, right? But that is what happens when you have a playmaker, a gamer that gets you over the hump. And that's what these other guys have the potential to be. I think KJ Cooper right now is not that for his team. But Zay, Cameron, Miles, they all have the ability to be that guy for their team because they're that explosive and that talented to be there. I think KJ Cooper can get there down the line. But as of right now, you're treating him like a straight game manager to where you're like, hey, man, listen, just make the plays that's there, take what the defense gives you, and let us on the back end take care of what needs to be taken care of, right? So those are my top 5 receivers and quarterbacks. Now, let me say this, tight end wise, I want to be very clear. There's FAMU leads it, but FAMU's guys, Johnson and Kobe and whatever, all those guys that play tight end for FAMU, they're amazing in their own right. But number 5 from Southern is freaking amazing. And let me tell you something. Mark Fredericks, I hope this gets to you. I really do. I watched your anemic play calling against McNeese. You are so lucky that I got the film as late as I did, because I would have broke that shit down and I would have showed every Southern fan how bad you truly are, because McNeese could not stop that number 5. McNeese could not stop every time he was on the field, the white linebacker could not guard him. Could not guard him. So I don't understand how you went away from him multiple times. Multiple times. He literally could have. Let me explain something to you. Noah Biden and Mark Fredericks are the biggest indictments to Southern's offense. Noah should never see the field again. And it bothers me to say that, because I forgot Bruce Eugene sent him to Grambling and all that. The boy is not good. Not good. Not good. Noah Biden and Mark Fredericks are hindrance to Southern's offense. Now that you're probably not going to let Noah Biden see the field, and he shouldn't see the field, now you just got to deal with, and Landry's good from Jackson too. Landry is pretty good, right? He'll be like number 5. But you've got to be better. You've got to be better. And I want to be very clear about something. And I'm going to break this play down when I get a chance to for Southern. Because I know a lot of people at Southern are mad because of the pick that was thrown on the short side of the field if anybody watched the Southern game, or if anybody watched the McNeese game, or if you saw it, or if you were there live, let me break this play down for you really quickly, right? I don't have my stuff right now, but the pick was on 2 people. The pick was on Mark Fredericks for the design of the play, and the pick was on Noah Biden for not getting off of the route, right? So let me explain to you. They went 2 by 2, right? 2 by 2, 2 receivers on both sides, right? You know what? Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm gonna see if I can draw this up for you guys so you guys can see it, because I gotta show it to you for you guys to understand what happened. Let me see. My bad, guys. I'm trying to get this pulled up so you guys can see what I'm doing. How do I get this to work? Oh, it never works when I need it to work. Let me see. I'll put NDI. Boom. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring this up on my present extra camera. Virtual cam. Let me see. My bad, guys. I just want to see if I can show you guys. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. Sorry. All right. Let me see if I can make this work. Film breakdown. It's not working. All right, I'll figure it out later. But let me see. All right, let me just explain it to you. I'll just explain it to you regularly, right? All right, so listen. So it's a 2x2 set. Two receivers on each side, right? McNeese is playing cover 2 man. So everybody's manned up and they got 2 safeties over the top. Now, what happens is this, is that what happens is this. I'm gonna just draw it so you guys can see it. So this is how it looks, right? Hope you guys can see that, right? Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. All right, whatever. All right, so it's two receivers, 2 DBs, and the 2 safeties, right? He does a corner route, right? The inside receiver does a corner route. There's nothing to hold this safety down at the top, so he just bends with the corner route. What should have happened is he should have went trips. He should have went trips to one side. He should have did a seam to the inside, a corner to the outside, and then drop. Now, they would have probably changed up the coverage to where the corner would have dropped into a third, but whatever. You got to make the safety make a decision. When you go 2x2 with the safety over top and there's nothing to hold the safety in the middle of the field, all the safety is going to do is bend with the corner, and that's exactly what he did. He bent with the corner and undercut it and picked it off. So A, right, is you tell Noah has to get off of it. He can't throw. You cannot throw that route because the safety's over top and he's bending with the corner. Doesn't make any sense. Or B, you motion somebody over to turn it into trips, and then you run a seam, a corner, and then a drag underneath, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to make somebody make a decision on what they're going to cover. So it was the play design, and mind you, it was to the short side of the field. He didn't do the corner route to the field side. He did it to the boundary side. So the safety didn't have to go that far over to close. It's a bad play design. It's a bad call at that time. And what makes it even worse that people don't want to talk about is if they're getting the plays from the sideline and you're looking at the defense, there's no way you call that. If you got somebody in the box who's telling you what they're in, they're getting the plays from the sideline, how do you call that? It doesn't make any sense. Everybody should be in charge for that. Everybody should be in grievance for that. So that's just my little 2 things. All right, let's get to these pros and cons. Sorry about the delay, guys, but I'm gonna get that fixed, and I'm gonna try to make sure I can use it when I need it. All right, let's talk a little pros and cons. So now I'm just doing the guys, the big. I'm not doing no UAPB. I'm not doing no Valley. Who cares? Okay, they're ass. They're not gonna be anything. They're not gonna be anything. It's not worth doing pros and cons. I'm doing pros and cons for teams that in Texas Southern. I didn't do one for Texas Southern either. I don't think they're gonna be. I kind of forgot about them, if I'm being honest, but I don't think they're going to be like super, super, important. But they could be. They are number 1 in the West right now. So that's fair. So my apologies to Texas Southern. My apologies. I totally forgot. I was rushing. All right. Now, first up, Bethune-Cookman. All right. Cons. The offense is atrocious. It is bad. And when I mean bad, I don't mean bad as in good. I mean bad as in ass. Throw it away. Throw the whole offensive side of the ball away. It's bad. Defensive secondary is weak, right? They don't know who their QB is, point blank, period. And take number 1 away from dog. Take the number 1 away from his son. Raymond Woody Jr., whatever, take that number away from him. He's not good. How does this kid wear number 1? I have no idea. He's not good. He's not good. You said that about ULM. What did I say about ULM? What did I say about ULM? I said that they were going to beat Jackson State. I did say that, and they were right. So I was right. You was wrong. What are you talking about? All right. Yeah, explain that, Black. Anyway, pros. The D line is tough. Listen, that D line is solid. They're hard to move. Right? Not me. Okay, thank you, Black. Appreciate it. My bad. Thank you. You better be clear in that chat. That D line is tough. All right. Go watch that South Florida. It was hard to listen. South Florida was hard to move those guys. A lot of what South Florida did was on the edges, RPO. It's hard to move those boys. They big. No diddy. All right. I like their linebackers. They play with a lot of toughness. They'll definitely stick their face mask into the pile and make sure it's good. And the running backs are pretty decent. All right. The running backs are pretty decent. So it is what it is. Those are my pros and cons for Bethune-Cookman. Moving on to Alabama A&M. That defense is bad. It just is. I don't care if you want to listen. If FAMU can make Miami do 8 to 10 plays, you're telling me Auburn was having Auburn had 3 or 4 1-play touchdowns. It was ridiculous. Like Ninja, just play prevent. What are you doing? Just play prevent. Trash. Right? The 2 quarterback system, if they decide to do that, I do not know if they are or will not. Do not do it. Quad Brown should be your starting quarterback, and it shouldn't be in question. Right? Nobody in the secondary stands out to me. Nobody in the secondary stands out to where you're like, oh, I think he's pretty good. I think they're just bodies at this point. From what I've seen, and this is just off the 2 weeks that I've seen. I'm just giving you what I've seen off 2 weeks. This could change. People can come around. I'm just giving you the 2 weeks that I've seen. Pros. The O-line's freaking amazing. It's probably one of the best O-line I've seen in the SWAC. No lie, no jokes, no gimmicks. It's probably one of the best O-lines I've seen in the SWAC in quite some time. Outside of FAMU's one last year, right? This O-line is really, really good. Quad Brown is talented. I've always said that. I say he's like a Ferrari. If you know how to drive it, you know what I'm saying, it's great. If you don't, you'll crash. And you can say whatever you want about Alabama A&M. One thing they're always going to do is they're going to bring creativity in the play calling. The offensive play calling is very, very, very creative. You got to give them credit for that, and you're going to see that throughout the season with Alabama A&M. So be mindful. But that O-line is pretty damn good. I'm so serious. All right. Alabama State, offensive play calling is bad. It just is. It's limited. But now, I mean, it looks even worse now. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't look worse now because you have a freshman quarterback. So there's only so much you can do. You got to protect your freshman quarterback. So the offensive play calling is going to look more mundane. But even before that, it was bad. All right. The front seven is not what it used to be. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. That front seven is not what it used to be. Now, they got off against Miles, and congratulations and whatever. But that Miles game is the definition of horrible HBCU coaching, because you knew they had a freshman quarterback, and not once, and I didn't even stay for the first half. I got up out that junk at the second quarter. I could bet my bottom dollar not one time did he just all out blitz that quarterback or run blitz or anything like that. It was straight ass of coaching. Just ass. If you're going to go down, if you're not supposed to win the game, go down swinging. Just don't get bludgeoned to death. God damn. QB play is limited, and the O-line is sketchy. It is. It is what it is. O-line is sketchy. QB play is limited. Pros, the running back room is explosive. I'm telling you, the boy, AJ Gates and Kaduncy or Juncy or whatever that kid's name is that had like a 40 or 50-yard run, the running back room is pretty legit. The wide receiver room, they can fly, they can run. I haven't seen much outside of that, of them just being able to just run. And the team has grit. You know, they know they have expectations. They know they're ranked number one for a reason. The team has grit. They're not going to quit on you. They're going to battle it out, you know, day in and day out. They're going to give you everything they got. So you got to give credit to that of what culture Eddie Robb has established, because they are going to fight. They are not going to lay down because they got a freshman quarterback. That ain't happening. So definitely the team has a lot of grit. All right. Grambling. Listen, the defense is very suspect still. That defense is not good. It is not. Not by any means. It is shaky. Okay? It is shaky. Grambling, got to get it together. The O-line, very sketchy. It is not. Y'all had Tuskegee looking like it was a highway to Miles. Some days y'all blocked it. Some days you didn't. All right? So, they're real shaky. And they're still getting penalties. A lot of penalties. Lack of discipline, right? It was still a little shaky. Still a little shaky on them trenches. The pros. Hey, listen. Oh shit. Grambling can beat you in any way possible. Throwing it, passing it, it don't matter. They got Bamas that can take it to the crib. Like, they are a super, super explosive team on all facets offensively. It's crazy. Like, I don't know much about the tight end. I can't speak on that. Receiver room is good. Running back room is good. Quarterback's good. So, very good. High-level QB play when protected. Listen, you'll get a very, very, very good Miles Crawley if you can protect him going forward. But the O-line's got to do that. And listen, I think having Mickey Joseph, the head coach, should help. I think he's gonna make tough decisions when they need to be made. Of, hey, we're not playing this dude, or we're not doing this, or we need to change this up. It's not going to be a situation where Dooley can F it up by just keep doing what he's doing, or your defensive coordinator effing it up and he just keep doing what he's doing, right? I don't think you're going to get any of that. I think you're going to get solid coaching adjustments across the board. So I'm going to give Mickey Joseph that. All right. Alcorn. Listen, you know that Brian McKnight song? It's like, 1, you're like a dream come true. 2, just wanna be with you. 3, and back to 1. Listen, everything comes back to number 1. They have no offense. None. Nunca. Niet. That offense is ass. Ass juice. And it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. Listen, back to 1. Everything for Alcorn goes back to 1. They have no offense. None. And firing Jason, the Phillips dude from last year, was a mistake as of right now. Was a mistake for right now. I'm telling you right now, was a mistake. Because I can't see it. 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 So, still no decision at quarterback. You know, Mako, Draco, Lako. Listen, the boy shouldn't be playing. Okay? Put that Bama at slot receiver. He's not a quarterback. All right? And the team looks lethargic. Like, they don't have that Alcorn fly around by the seat of your pants and like, we everywhere, but we nowhere. Like, it's you don't get that Alcorn vibe. It's just like they're just going through the motions. Like, oh, we're supposed to be here. This is what we're doing. There's just no energy to this team. There's the one thing about Alcorn is that they always had energy. They always played like their hair was on fire. They're just like, like just crazy amount of energy. Like it didn't. I didn't see that. And then pros, defense is still pretty good. That's it. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. Defense looks pretty good. But they got to get it fixed quick. And to me, there's no reason. Let me blow myself up. If there's anybody in the Alcorn faithful that are telling you to start Draco Mako, they want you to fail. A, they don't know football, or B, they want you to self-sabotage. Because if you are championing Draco, Bacon, I don't know what his name is, but if that's who you champion, you don't want Alcorn to win. You do not. You can't tell me you do. You can't tell me if you want Bacon to start for your team, you don't want Alcorn to win. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm just saying that. If anybody is wearing an Alcorn A, check and make sure they are not a Jackson State fan underneath. You gotta pull the Scooby-Doo. You know what I'm saying? You almost got me. That's the only reason. If somebody's wearing an Alcorn A, they're like, man, I think Bacon should be the starting quarterback. It's probably a Jackson State fan underneath of that. I'm telling you right now, don't trust him. Because that kid is not good. Period. Just keeping it a buck with you. All right. So I'm not here to lie to you. I ain't got no dog in the fight. I ain't here to lie to you. That boy Vaughn, he just looks the part. He's mobile, he's tall, he can throw it, he can spin it. You just gotta build it around him and what he does well. I'm telling you, he is a quarterback. You just gotta build it around him the right way. And right now, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. If I'm Alcorn fans right now, I'm calling Jason Phillips. Hey, listen. Shh. I know what said did. I don't approve of it. But what we need for you to come back? What we got to do? You know what I'm saying? You got to hit him with these are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I can say, my chick on the side say she got one on no. These are my you got to beg. You got to beg. You got to keep sweat, Jason Phillips. Because the offense right now, from what and G, please, listen, I know G ain't gonna go crazy because that's his school. But G, let me just say this. From what that guy said on your, because I listened, I watched that episode where y'all interviewed him. He said, and I seen his offense at UAPB. I love watching some film. I went back and watched that. What he has done is not what he's doing now. Because I haven't seen no huddle. I haven't seen no super fast stuff. And let me say this. I wasn't opposed to it because it helps young quarterbacks process fast, right? Like, the thing with no huddle offenses like Oregon and that high tempo stuff is that defenses can't make a lot of adjustments. They have to stay in base so people don't get confused. So once you in what you in, you motion a couple receivers across the formation. I know what you're in. I can see it. You're in man. You're in zone. All right, cool. Let's get it. Boom. I got my man beat over here. I got my zone beat over here. Let's get it. All right, boom. We move it. But the downside of that is if you're not getting first downs, you're going to be ass. It's no if it ask Colorado. That 5 wide, spread it out. You're gonna be ass. You're gonna be ass. So I just want to be very clear. I'm not seeing that style of offense that he said that was coming. I'm just saying. All right. Prairie View. O-line, very suspect. D-line, very suspect. DBs are also a suspect. QB is better, but he's still shaky. The picks that he threw were bad. Like, they were bad. The 2 pick sixes that he threw were bad. I went and watched the film. Not the TV copy. I went and watched the film copy, the end zone copy, the overhead shot. They were bad. Right? They were bad. And if Northwestern State had any right mind, you keep a safety over top of Shamar Savage. If you just keep it, let me tell you what the game plan would have been after halftime. All you had to do was keep the safety over top of Prairie View, and you were good. Anything Cam Peters was hitting on was like 20 to 30 yards downfield. That's the only way he broke that game open was because of the deep balls, no diddy, that he was throwing to Shamar and to a number 5, I believe. It was either number 5 or number whatever. But the deep ball is what saved Prairie View. Cam Peters would drop back and launch that joker up, and Shamar will go make a play. Number 5 will go somebody will go make a play for him. That's literally all they were doing, right? So he wasn't out here like dotting Bama's up like that. Like, no. He literally was like, hey, number 1's down there somewhere. Number 5's down there somewhere. Just launching it. And it worked. All right, pros. They have good skill players at the wide receiver position. The running back room isn't bad. It's good. Offensive scheme is really good. I love all the pre-motion that Anthony Whedon does. I love it. The shifts, the motions, all that stuff. I absolutely love it. I still don't think he has the quarterback he needs to really process the game the way he wants it to be processed, because a lot of stuff was open that Cam just didn't see. But the offensive scheme is really good. And listen, you found your quarterback. Cam Peters is your guy. Lucas Cooley is not your guy. That always helps any team if you find your guy and you go for it. All right. Southern. I'm going to say it again. Offensive play calling is bad. It really is. There's a reason why Savannah State was in the game for as long as they was in the game in the first 2 quarters. It's because the play calling was bad. The quarterback play was bad. And then T-State comes in the game changes. Simple. Secondary can get lost sometimes. They're not the best. They can kind of get caught up in some stuff. To me, I don't think you have enough playmakers. And that's just on the offensive side of the ball as well as the defensive side of the ball. No. I can't say that on the offensive side of the ball. More on the defensive side. Like, The secondary, I don't think you got really good playmakers. The linebacker room is okay. Your D-line is pretty solid. It's really solid. I'll be lying to say if I don't like, I like your running backs. Sorry guys. I like your running backs. I love Kobe Dillon. I've always been a fan of Kobe Dillon. Rhymes is good. Yeah, I'll be your wide receiver room is really like, I haven't really, that part of it is just like, I love Whitfield, but the rest of those guys are just Your tight end room is pretty good with Ethan and number 5. Your running back room, I've always been, like I said, I've always been a fan of Kobe Dillon. I like Rhymes. He's explosive as well. So I think T-Set is going to make your wide receivers look better than what they are. I think once again, Whitfield's a star. I think T-Set is going to make your other guys look better than what they should be. That's because I think with him buying time and doing the things that he can do, people are going to come open that wouldn't just normally come open on the route, if you get what I'm saying. And listen, know about it. Pack and ship that kid back to New York. Send that kid to Hofstra, NYU, Pace University. I don't care where you send him. Send him back to New York. Get him out of the state of Louisiana. That kid is, boy, listen. You talking about, dog, send that kid anywhere in New York. I don't give a damn where you send him. Send him there. Send him back to Bruce. Send him back to Bruce. He should not see the field again at Southern University. Period. Point blank, period. God almighty, that boy was bad. That boy was bad. All right. Pros. D-line is solid. Listen, D-line is really, really good. Cannot fake on that. That D-line is really solid. Givens and them boys on that front line, they're hard to move. They're a solid piece. The QB's potential to be special is there. You got a guy, and like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. I told Rube, this kid has Swac Player of the Year written all over him. I told Rube last year, if it was close, I would go with T-Set just so that he can have a year under his belt to learn, to get the bumps and bruises so that he's coming into year 2 as the guy. That's what I would have done. That's just me personally. And I'm not a big fan of Terrence Graves, but you got to give Coach Graves credit for making the hard choice of taking, to me, it wasn't a hard choice, but of not doing a dually, right? Of not sticking with your guy because that's your guy, right? He made the hard choice. He went with T-Set, and T-Set ended up being a blessing in disguise. So going forward, I'm assuming that's going to be your starting quarterback. So this is what it is. All right. Ohio State. Listen, wide receiver room is not special at all. You can talk about Floridian, Floridian. I don't know what his name is, right? Phineas and Ferb. I don't give a damn. Like, if that's the only person you got, Rico Powers' leg is broke. Yeah, you didn't think I knew that? Yeah. No. All right. Wide receiver room is not special. Your DBs are very suspect. I don't know why I gave number 1 to Kev Wiggins like he that guy. He's not that guy. He's never been that guy. Never been. Not never. Okay. And the 2 quarterback system is a no-go. If TC Taylor tries to pull that shit out, it's not good. I'm telling you that right now. You gotta go with somebody. You gotta pick somebody. Listen, if you talking about, nobody. If you think that lane game means anything to me, you are out your cotton picking mind. The only thing that game showed was how fast Cameron McCoy was. That is it. There's nothing you can pull. Throw the lane tape away. Throw it away. It's the only thing on that tape that proves anything is how fast Cameron McCoy is. That is it. It's the only thing you can take from that tape. So if you're going based off that, Ninja, please. Really? Really? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, continue. The defensive coordinator, really good. I like him. I like him a lot. I like the D coordinator a lot. The running back room, super explosive. Super explosive. Ahmad, Irv, the freshman from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy, yeah. The running back room is good. Cameron McCoy, special. He is. He has the ability. His running ability is going to make him second to none. It really is. Now, I don't know how they're going to use it. I don't know how TC Taylor is going to blend that in with what he does. But yeah, Cameron McCoy is definitely special. And the D-line is stout. The D-line is stout. The D-line is stout. Oh, he got somebody told me Rico Powers broke his leg, so I don't know. Broke or whatever. So broke, high ankle sprain. Without Rico Powers, your wide receiver room is ass. I'm just keeping it buck with you. I'm just keeping it real with you. So at the end of the day, let me say this. I think that overall, your team is not bad. It's really going to come down to your quarterback play. And let me say this, because somebody brought this up on Twitter. Somebody said they're not happy about the 2 quarterback system. And I said this. If anybody's playing, you gotta, okay, this is how you gotta play it. If I'm going against Cameron McCoy, he can't beat me with his legs. He's going to have to beat me with his arm. If you're playing Jacoby and Morgan, I would prefer for him to run than him to throw. And sometimes, and with Jacoby and Morgan, you're going to have to confuse him. You're going to have to do zone blitzes and man and mix up coverages, cover 6, cover 4, quarter, all that type of stuff. You're going to have to mix it up to make him think he sees something that he doesn't see, right? I think with Cameron McCoy, he's one of those type of guys that just like, if it's not there, I'm running. I'm just telling you what I've seen on tape. I got to see more as the season goes along. But if Cameron McCoy ends up being that, he's going to limit your offense. The reason he's going to limit your offense is simply because he can't pass the ball. If he can't pass the ball, it makes your offense one-dimensional. You really become a triple option team, if I'm being honest. I mean, if you have Cameron McCoy, Ahmad Miller, Irv Mulligan, J.D. Martin, right? Like, if you have all these running backs and this running quarterback, just run the wing T. Legitimately, if Cameron McCoy can't make the throws that you need him to make, and if I'm Southern going into this week, or if I'm any other team playing Jackson or whatever, I'm taking the mindset of the old Jackson State team of the defenses where I'm a man up across the board and I'm going to make you make throws. I'm going to make you make throws. I'm going to go bear. I'm going to go 4-6, whatever I need to do to put everybody in the box and make you make throws. It's no different than it's the same mindset that I would do against Alabama State. I'm going to go bear. I'm going to go bear defense, 4-6 bear, or 5-2, whatever you want. I'm going to make you throw the ball. Show me that you can do it. And if McCoy goes for 275 and 90 yards rushing, you walk into the middle of the field and you shake that kid's hand and you say, man, great game. With Alabama State, the same thing. If Zach Sims goes for 225, 3 touchdowns, you go to the middle of the field and you shake that kid's hand and you say, great game, young man. You're nice. You're like that. But if not, you got to take something away. And that's, to me, that is what makes HBCU coaching so bad, is that at no point in time do you make the offense one-dimensional, or do you make the offense have to, hey, listen, I need to make a play. I have to make a play, right? I don't see a lot of that. So it is what it is. All right, last but not least, FAMU. Listen, front 7, woo-wee, shaky, okay? Shaky. Running back room, not explosive at all. Listen, you can say Kelvin Dean, you could say Bo Somerset. They do not have that they don't have that feeling when they touch the ball that they can take it to the crib. That is the issue that I have with this unit, right? There's no Bishop Bonnet, there's no Yance, there's no Terrell Jennings. Like, you don't get the vibe. It's FAMU's running attack is now more like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that's not what I come to expect from a FAMU team. Secondary, pretty shaky. Outside of Kendall Bowler, it's not looking too good. And they need more from their DC. They just do. They need more from the defensive coordinator. He has to be more creative. He can't just sit in this base style. You got to get more creative on defense to change it up, to give people a different look, to make them worry about what you're doing and how you're doing it. Pros, listen, in Daniel Richardson, we trust. I'm going to say it again. In Daniel Richardson, we trust. Period. Tight end room, special. Super special. Probably better than some wide receiver rooms in the SWAC, if I'm being honest. Jackson, right? So, tight end room, super special. O-line is okay. They're not nowhere near what they were the last 2 years for FAMU, or Bishop Bonnet's year, and then the Musa second year, right? Like, they're not on those levels. Those O-lines are pretty good. Listen, one thing about FAMU staff, they're going to make adjustments. That is one thing that you can guarantee. There's one thing that you can guarantee about a FAMU-led team is that they're going to have adjustments. They're going to make great adjustments on staff. So if something's not working, they're going to go to something different. Now, from the DC, I need more adjustments. Instead of it, I just need it. You got to start making it look different. You do. You just have to, man. You can't just be in this base set. Like, bring an extra safety down, add a rover to the box or whatever, slide coverage over to the weak side and leave Kendall Bowler by himself. Whatever it is, it has to be changed. It has to be changed. And for me, the springboard moment for me with FAMU is going to be Troy. Because I don't see many teams in the SWAC being competitive against Troy, just off how they're built. I got to go back and watch some film on Troy just to kind of double check. But, most teams haven't had much good success against Troy. I'm curious to see if FAMU could take that first half against Miami and bring it into the SWAC, they'll win. They'll run it back, and it's not even a question. If FAMU can bottle up that first half against Miami and take that into the SWAC, they would run it back, and it's not even a question. But can you get that consistently is the question that I have for FAMU. Are those guys going to show up consistently in the front seven like they did in the first half against Miami, right? You got to find a guy, and I keep saying that. FAMU has got to find a guy on the front line. They don't have one. James Ash is decent, but they don't have that name brand DN like an Anthony Dunn, Isaiah Land. They don't have that guy, and they need to find that guy very quickly. Very, very quickly. You wouldn't even know what a Power 5, you wouldn't even know what that is because y'all don't even schedule those type of games. Right? Like, let's be very clear. Like, this is the thing that kills me. Like, you playing Mississippi JUCOs and y'all can't even beat them. I would love to see if you score a touchdown on FAMU. I would love to see it. I would love to see if you score 6 points on FAMU. I would love to see if you kick field goals on against Miami. You don't play Power 5 competition, so what are you talking? Power 4 competition, so what are you talking about? Shut up. Y'all never do. You never do. Y'all too busy scheduling ULMs and in Southern, like, y'all don't play Power 4, like real Power 4 competition. So shut up. Shut up. Alabama A&M, Auburn, Alabama State. I think they played Auburn one year, right? Like, y'all, that's not y'all thing. So shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the stuff that kills me. Oh my God, Miami was playing around. What Power 4 team you played? Y'all too busy playing lane. You Miami against lane. I watched that lane game. Some of the shit that y'all pulled in that game, y'all have never done. Never done. And you over here talking, you play lane. Shut up. Shut up. Really? Beat Southern 40-7. Not a Dion team. A TC Taylor team. Let me see a TC Taylor team beat somebody 45-7 in the Swac. Let me see that. Then you can come talk to me. But until then, shut up. Shut up. Powell State people kill me. You couldn't even be the Mississippi JUCO. You let Zoe out here gas y'all head up talking about something. We got 76 3-stars. We got 76 3-stars. We a better team. And y'all lost. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, man. Stop it. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? So it is what it is. Like y'all don't even play like high level FCS. Like for real, honestly, like when have y'all ever played? Y'all don't play no Southeast Louisiana. Y'all don't play no Nichols. Y'all don't play any decent FCS program. Honestly, like y'all don't. You really don't. And then, but y'all be quick to say, "Oh man, we're doing it for the check." Got it, Scotty. We got to pay bills. Scotty, we got to pay bills. Scotty, got to pay bills. Oh, I mean, you know what it is. You know what we do at HBCUs. Got to pay bills. But you don't want the competition. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. What are we talking about, man? Shut y'all ass up. Shut y'all ass up. Y'all haven't been relevant since Dion left. Period. And y'all gonna go back to mediocrity. Simple. Like it has to be disheartening that you couldn't win the biggest game of the year with the most influential person in college athletics at this point in time. But fam, you won it with Willie Simmons. First time go. You had 2 shots. The same 2 Bamas that are projected to be first-round picks y'all had on your team, and you still lost. The same 2 Bamas everybody dick riding for. Oh, my God, Shadur Sanders. Oh, my God, Travis Hunter. Oh, my God. If he's not the best player in college football, and y'all couldn't even win with them niggas. But now all of a sudden, y'all supposed to win with the guys that y'all got? Come on, man. Stop it, bro. What are we talking about right now? Y'all are irrelevant. Jesus Christ. I don't get it. But they love some attendance, though. Love some attendance. And not one person was on a winning team. Not one of those games was against a winning team with a winning record. You just beat the bad teams. Just like now, your schedule is so ass. You're pulling y'all are really putting the Southern, y'all are putting the Southern card. We're going to schedule all SWAC schools, and they're going to be out of conference games. Instead of actually going to get some real competition and playing somebody out of conference, we're just going to schedule SWAC games. So if we lose SWAC games, they don't matter. And then we'll have all the bad teams left over to finish out our schedule, and then we hope we can sneak by and get into a SWAC championship game. That's really the shit that y'all pulling right now. And it, like, come on, bro. Like, really? That's what y'all doing? That's crazy to me. So instead of scheduling, oh, Scotty, we got to play the Southern. I'll give you the Southern game. That's your rival. There was no need to schedule Grambling for your out-of-conference game. There's no reason to schedule that. Schedule Nichols. Schedule anybody else. But that's the stuff that y'all pull. It's the same thing with Alabama State, right? Okay, yeah, cool. You play Miles. All right, a little rivalry game. But damn, you also gonna go play Tuskegee as well. So you got 2 D2 teams on the schedule. And people are supposed to take your football seriously? How? How, Sway? How? That's the stuff that nobody wants to talk about. That's the stuff everybody cool with, but nobody wants to talk about. But then you want to complain about how, oh, we don't get no respect. And nobody cares about our football. Nobody wants to draft our players, but you're not going to go play no real competition. That's it. That's simply it. It just don't make no sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I've admitted this. I can't listen. I'm like Kendrick Lamar. I can't stand nothing about Powell State fans. Nothing. I can't stand nothing about them. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way you sneak this. If I'm going to catch flight, it's going to be direct. I really feel like that Kendrick Lamar bar is directly associated to Powell State fans. I love seeing you guys in misery. If you lose every game, it's better than a birthday present. It really is. It really is. And I enjoy it. Every time I enjoy it. Absolutely. You talking about, man, listen, you talking about getting to there's nothing better than Powell State fans getting carried up to the mountain, and then they get to the top of the mountain, and right when they about to plant their flag, somebody kicks their ass off the mountain. It's nothing better. It's nothing better. That is literally the 2 years at Deion. Deion walks you all the way up to the mountain, and right when you about to plant your flag, here comes a MEAC school and kicks your ass clean off the mountain like Sparta. Like, come on. You gotta love it. You got to love it. How do you not love that? I don't get it. Don't bother me not one bit. Don't bother me not one bit. I love it. I absolutely love it. So it is what it is. Whew. Deion not the only winning coach at JSU. And y'all weren't winning before him. Them 10 years that Southern was kicking y'all ass, y'all ain't had no winning coaches then. Y'all love it. Oh, boy, listen, that is funny to me. That is funny to me. I don't get it. Oh, man, we had winning coaches before. The last 10 years. You don't hire Deion if you had winning coaches. Why would Deion even come into play if you had winning coaches before? I'll let that simmer in your spirit. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. Tonight, Outspoken, 7:30. All right, make sure y'all tune in. You know Perry got some stuff for some Jackson State people.